Enzymes. Enzymes are basically biochemical compounds that are used to build things and take things apart. Did I give you my hoop house metaphor last time? Building a hoop house? 9/16 and a half inch? No, didn't do that. I did a bunch of blank stairs. If I did, I didn't do a good job of it. You may have heard it somewhere
You're
else.
talking about different tools.
Right, what an enzyme is and how it works
Yeah.
in biochemical compounds.
So you talked about it.
I do talk about it. You guys have seen me before, so I can't trust you. Anyway, we'll let it stand for now, simply, and then we'll get into enzymes more later. But enzymes are critical tools in living systems for, like, to complex a protein out of amino acids. To build a protein out of amino acids requires enzymes. To digest carbohydrate into sugars requires enzymes. So enzymes are really helpful. It's like having a full, your barn is full of tools, all kinds of tools. If you want to have a full suite of tools for life to function well, enzymes are basically that. And so I add enzymes to my barrel as well. And you can make enzymes and actually foliar inoculants through basically the same process with a bucket. So what we just talked about with how you go for a walk and take soil from each underneath all the different plants is for making inoculants for the soil, for the people who live on the plant root surface. If you want to make inoculants for the leaf, which is where there's a whole different suite of organisms that exist, instead of taking soil from underneath the plants with shiny leaves, you take the leaves off the plants with shiny leaves and put them in your bucket. Right? I'm talking about all kinds of plants: skunk cabbage, multiflora rose, goldenrod. I mean, just totally pigweed. Anything that's shiny, right? Perennials, annuals. Take some moss off a rock. Take some lichen off of the side of a tree. I mean, literally go for it. Really harvest a bunch of different stuff. Anything that's in the soil would go into a soil inoculant. Anything that's exposed to the air on a leaf or the side of a tree would go into a leaf inoculant. So you go home with your bucket full of leaves, cover it with water, stir it up, pour it into your backpack sprayer, and you've got a foliar inoculant. One thing I like to say is after 4 hours underwater, you can expect everyone to be dead. So unless you're using a bubbler, unless you're putting other stuff in to feed them and you're bubbling it with like a fish tank bubbler, don't add the water to this environment until you're basically ready to operate. Otherwise, they'll be dead. So you make the enzymes by taking that bucket of leaves, and instead of pouring it off immediately, you put a lid on it and let it sit for 6 weeks. Bucket of leaves, full of water, with a lid on it, sitting for 6 weeks, will turn into a very aromatic, and by aromatic I mean putrid smelling, anaerobic ferment. When that pH of that ferment goes below, I think it's about 4.5, it'll be shelf stable. You can decant it into mason jars, stick it in the basement, use it next year. There's your enzyme goodies mix. So inoculants, enzymes, this is how you can make them. You can buy some really high quality products as well.